have the kazushi to do this, and that is taking care of developing this conditioned state that we're talking about. When he gets here, several things I can do. Take my knee, smash into the arm, pull it back, kneel down, a little fun. All right, stay up, unless you want me to keep throwing. All right? Another thing that I can do, whether my hand is here or here, I can wrap around the arm, trap it, that's trapped here, I can start pounding. If, out of a panic, he reaches up and grabs my collar, okay, please explain what just happened to you. He moved in to this crush here. So some guys will say, well, what if I punch? Go ahead. I actually can. I want you to punch me right in the chest. It's lost its power. So another thing that I can do is move over here, slide, bring this through. This hand is trapped, and those filming can walk around if you want. So I have him here and here. Then, because this is trapped back here, I can then take this here and here. So I have multiple locks. Another thing I can do, stay down, the horror's not, the technique's not over yet, is I can bring myself to this side here, bring this leg over, and pull him here. Now, he's on the other arm, so I'm not worried about that. All right? If I take my leg and put it at his hip, how's that arm lock there treat me? It's fun. I don't feel a thing. I can bring this through here and here, trap through. And now I have everything locked up. If you look at it from this angle, the leg is trapping the hand. So, and then I'll hit him with a throw. He's already gone, and he's... Now watch. That's horrible. This is horrible too. You want to ask me a question when we're doing this from touchy-eye? Are we casting him away? No. Even throws where I take people's feet up, and you guys know, there's no jumping allowed here. It's got to be an honest earned throw from the Aikimyoto. But I'm going to do a throw, okay, and I'll have him stay down so I can show you some options. No, I'm not looking to cast the guy away. Nope. Drop him at my feet, even if I get his feet 4 to 6 feet in the air. I don't want to cast him away, because there's some talented people out there that will break, fall, rise up, pull a pistol and shoot. Nope. Not on me, not today. Or to pull a blade, or, you know. And usually, you want to assume that there's more than one attacker and assume that they're armed. People don't come up to an ATM to rob people with lollipops and cotton candy in their hands. They are armed. They usually have friends. This is one of the major faults of martial arts. Even arts that say that they prepare against multiple attackers, when you watch them move, they're really not paying attention to that. But I just want to show you some finishes to this, so that you understand. I'm not casting a guy away and having him get up. Nope. Nope. I'm too busy. I'm trying to get it over in a second. It's okay? Kote Hineri. I can turn this, move, here, here, bring him up over. Fit this in here. What have you noticed in my pins? What's up with that other arm? Where is it? It's under him. He's not pulling nothing on me. So I can come here. I can bring it through here and step here and bring it around. All right, there he is with that leg again. He's asking for it. I can bring this up. Be careful when you do this. You go up the side of the head, and this is horrible. Right here. So now, and I hit him here. What do you feel, okay? I'll drop him here at my feet. Again, he pulled his arm out that time. Now we have a discussion point. Come here, bring this up and around. Here. Pull! I can bring this here, bring this down and around. Sealed. Locked. Locked. Again, if I say this is it. So no, we're not catching. Tries to really mess up your technique, despite the fact that he looks like a ragdoll. The reason I can do that to him is he sinks down, so I just take him here. He sinks here, and it's just like a rock, but no strength. right? No strength, no overt movement. There's tons of movement, but it's in here. But you give it a try and have them move rather quick. This must work under duress. Don't lose him. We're not attempting to cast him away. I can come here and then use the reish. Right around and through. When you get here, then you can use other type. So that's standing. One more look and then right. One. And this. Alright? Must be on contact. So you guys are really starting to get into tanden and memon and these things. I don't want him to grab me, and my idea of sinking is bending my knees. I want to sink. What's going on with you, John?
A lot of pulses. There's definitely some super energy.
Also, develop a sensitivity. Know how far to take the kazushi. There's times when you want to break his balance for sure. And then there's times that you want to disturb him. I'll disturb the balance and get an ebb and flow and a feel. You got to feel your game. He's a very talented judoka. And he's very large. If I wanted to move him by sheer external force, there is no way. How many of you have felt his grip? You will feel it today. It's like a vice grip. So if you don't have good internals, it's hard to move him. If you're trying to play judo with him, and he hits you with Osoto Makakoni, and that weight comes down with you, it's just horrific. All right, I've seen him do judo throws, and people take a look and say, "Well, look how big he is. He's going to be slow." Don't think like that. So if he grabs me rotatori right here, that is very uncomfortable, and you guys can feel this. All right. So I'm going to ask him to do the same thing, and I just need to be relaxed. There's no way that I could move him with any type of external movement. I'm not doing one. There I go. Here. Look at the angle. If this isn't your angle, then there's something wrong. Turn. Use the opposite side of the body, up and around, and here. Lift the arms up, grab it, seal it, cut. One of the things that I'm trying to impress and stress with people is, if you listen to people talk about Aiki Jiu-Jitsu and you read old notes where they say insert Aiki here, we are the opposite. We're on a whole other end on our thinking. You develop this state that you maintain in motion as a form of connected mobility. Then, when I'm doing my applications, I insert technique into my Aiki state, because we don't want to have selective Aiki. I want to maintain it all the time. When you're walking, sitting, standing, especially if you're doing some kind of work, this can help you a great deal. So when we move, we're not talking about not having Aiki and then suddenly I got to turn it on under duress. I doubt the validity of that. That's going to ruffle some feathers, but take your Aiki, your insert Aiki here Aiki, and fight a talented fighter that can change levels and throw combinations at you. You're probably going to be inserting dental appointments, not inserting Aiki. It's just under duress, by a surprise attack, all these things, I just doubt its validity under duress. For us, we have our Mokoroku waza, but they are textbooks and tools. Under duress and application, it's the causación contact and the alignments and the stability and the connections. That's our bread and butter. I mean, so this idea, if I'm walking down the street, suddenly someone comes out in an alley and starts throwing bombs at me, you know, insert Aiki hypnotic. You're going to insert your butt on the floor is what you're going to insert. I've seen that logic fail under duress. And when I speak to people that do Aiki or internal, they're fine if we're talking about connection drills and they're doing this stuff. But when you get a talented, you know, a fighter that can do it all, you're going to have a lot of trouble. And you also need to make your stuff work against combination punching and kicking and change the rhythm and timing. If it doesn't work under application, direct, heavy duress, then you may have Aiki, but it's in limited application. So just talking about even judo. I've been doing judo my whole life, but is it judo anymore? I don't do the pull and push stuff. I don't do that, and I'll give an example of that, okay? If Kay and I grip up, I don't care what kind of gripping up, I'm not even speaking on judo here, but I don't do a pull, push thing and look at my watch. If I'm going to look at my watch, he's already off balance, so I'm here, I'm going to sink tanden ho, and I'm going to move him, and this is going to be very small, and then I'm going to throw him with, I don't even know what Tayatoshi over there, but I'm going to come here, and I'm going to sink, and his body starts to come. Now I move, and then I'll hit him with a throw. To me, that's much more efficient. If there's a reason that they need weight classes in judo anymore. A lot of the judo that I see, they're not doing what people like Bufune Sensei were doing. It has become a rough wrestling match. So again, there's Jujigatami, there's whatever I want, or if I'm in the street, right here. So don't insert Aiki here. Keep the conditioned state, and then insert technique. I mean, and another thing I was telling you guys, yes, start from Tekubidori and Kotedori, but then leave that after you start to get these foundations. You know, you want to work off of punches, kicks, strange grabs. I showed you guys that people, and everything must be on contact. So you guys are really starting to get into tanden and meimon and moving away from what other people consider to be Aiki Kozushi. So we'll go over those things today. We're also going to do Ippandori, Dakijime, and Kurumanashi today. And we're going to really pick up the pace. We're going to look at them as mokuroku, and then we're going to take a look at them as vehicles for fighting, which is often very different. But listen, mokuroku are not the way I would fight out here in this alley here in Boston. But they are a wonderful textbook. So one last thing I want to say. What is Hante Hakiru and how does it differ? One, we want a complete picture. Sensei said to just know small motion stuff is great. Or to just know the Hiden Mokuroku. If after 20 years, your whole focus is the Hiden Mokuroku, you haven't learned the Aiki in Aiki Jiu-Jitsu. Another thing I would like to say is we're not Daito. That's not what we are. We have very strong roots from my teacher, not me. I've only done our method, so that also must be understood. Okay, and we went over a ton of Aikimoden yesterday and today, so it's time for us to maintain that state and then insert the waza, which is very, very, very different. I also want you guys to start minimizing your movement. I do a lot of things with my arms to confuse people, but it's you guys were feeling today. There's nothing there on the bicep and on the tricep. But I want Jesse to come up because he said something that was very important. I'm always pushing anatomy and physiology, but that can confuse you. So after a long time of working with Jesse and his thoughts, I just wanted to say what he had said yesterday about anatomy and physiology and how, if you look at it purely from a Western point of view, that you can miss something. Would you mind just saying it and speak up?
Sure. Just really the idea that same muscles that we're used to understanding in Western physiology. We have origins, insertions, and actions in muscles. So you have a muscle that has a designated function, and if you're looking at it in a medical textbook. And the one thing that I really discovered and was revealed to me during this session was that muscles aren't necessarily being used for, we'll call it their design function, where we have generally what we call prime movers of certain muscle joint actions, and then we have accessory muscles. Well, the things in a lot of cases, those roles actually have been reversed, where we're using accessory muscles as stabilizers, whereas we're actually trying to inhibit prime movers so that they're held back and reserved for other functions. And that was just a completely unique and novel approach. So it's like I can completely understand why someone coming from a Western medical background would have a lot of difficulty initially trying to take this material apart. And the cliche of unlearning what you've learned really